Okay, perfect. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar. I hope you're hearing us very well. And let's start this session to unlock all about GDS Success. So I am joined today by our very own Laurence, expert, GDS expert at DH, and Clémentine, account manager and GDS specialist. So I will let you girls introduce yourself.
Hello, thank you for joining. So I'm Laurence, and I've been working at DH for over 6 years now. I started as a product manager, and now I'm proudly wear the badge of GDS Expert. That means I spend my time and occasionally my dreams talking about booking flows, specification, agentic code, a lot of technical topics, so you don't have to. So today I'm here to make the GDS world a little less mysterious and a lot more useful for your hotel. And don't worry, no boring tech talk, just clear, practical tips. Let's dive in.
Good morning, good evening all. I'm Clémentine, account manager for 5 years now at DH. Before DH, I worked during 10 years in the hospitality industry for Marriott and Hyatt as a sales manager. I used to be in touch with the travel manager from the biggest corporations such as LVMH, Google, and so on, but also travel agents from the biggest TMC. Today, I will be pleased to be the Hoteliers voice.
Perfect. Thank you so much. As for me, my name is Anaït, and I'm the marketing manager at DH, and I'll be your host and moderator for today. So let's start this session with a quick introduction about DH for those of you who might not be familiar with us. At DH, our mission is simple and clear. We want to simplify hospitality by giving hoteliers the right tools and solutions to connect it to their global ecosystem. Our solutions are designed to support hoteliers at every step of the guest journey in order to provide the best experience. So from the first thought to the booking up until the post and return stay, we have solutions supporting hoteliers along the way. But let's now drive and go into the topic that interests us all today. Let's go over the details of today's webinar. So on the agenda for today, Laurence will give you a quick reminder about GDS to best understand the role and value in today's hospitality ecosystem. We will then go over the latest trends on GDS bookings and share some figures with you guys. And following that, it will be time for the live discussion between Clémentine and Laurence, our two panelists, where they will go over the most asked questions they usually get from their clients, their common pain points, and the best practices they recommend. We want to make this session, as usual, as interactive as possible. So we count on you, our audience, to fill us with great questions. So please write them down using either the Q&A tab or even the chat box. We will try to best answer as many as possible. And we will do that at the end of the webinar, just to anticipate maybe some of the questions you might get, and we will answer them during the webinar. So speaking of interaction, we will, before going into that, we are going to launch a quick poll. So I'm going to do that right now. Just to better understand a bit your knowledge about the GDS and tailor our recommendations to you guys. So you have now a poll that's is popping up to your screen. So feel free to just go ahead and answer some of those questions. You have 3 questions there. So I'll give you a few minutes to answer. And for us, it's really interesting to see who is our audience and how to best answer the questions you might have. So we can see that most of you for now are city center hotels with between 51 up to more than 100 rooms. It's going up. So I will just stop the poll when I have at least 60% participating. So go ahead and take this poll. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Great. I see some of you are participating right now, so feel free to go ahead. I will leave the poll along for a few more seconds. Okay, so let's stop now. Thank you so much for all your participants. So Laurence, we can see that we have people are just about average knowledge about the GDS. The hotels mostly are located city center and some of countryside and corporate city as well, with almost 20% countryside and up to 54% city center. And we have a good mix of number of rooms. So all the rooms and all the hotels are represented here. So let's now dive into the first part of this webinar. Laurence, I'll give you the mic.
Good, thank you so much, and thank you for participating to the poll. It's good to know more about you. So a GDS, a quick refresher. So in today's world, you can move to the next slide, please. Annette. So into this world of online booking and endless competition for visibility, one channel still quietly drives a huge amount of revenue, especially for business hotel, and that channel is the GDS. So what exactly is it? The GDS, so our global distribution system, is a worldwide platform that connects your hotel in real time to over 550,000 travel agents and corporate bookers across the globe. These are the professional booking travel on behalf of companies, government agencies, and frequent business travelers. They use the GDS to search, compare, and book everything: flight, trains, car rentals, and yes, hotels. And for hotel, that means one very powerful thing: direct access to the global network of high-value buyers, all through platforms like Amadeus, Sabre, and Travelport. Travelport include Galileo and Worldspan. So what does it still matter? Because relying only on your direct booking or leisure-focused OTAs mean you are missing a huge opportunity. So GDS is your gateway to the corporate and international market. The guests who book for business stay longer, cancel less, and care more about services than price. And here is a proof: GDS booking continue to represent a significant share of revenue for city hotels, airport properties, and business destination, even in the age of OTA and direct booking campaigns. So yes, the GDS may be one of the oldest distribution channels, but it remains one of the most strategic. If you want to grow your share of corporate travel and international bookings, it still belongs at the heart of your distribution mix. Let's talk about the profile of high-performing GDS hotel. Let's look at what makes an hotel perform well on the GDS. First, location, location, location. Your hotel has better chances to perform on GDS if it is located, as you know, major urban city center like Paris, London, New York, Tokyo, close to airports, business districts, government offices, or convention centers, and easily accessible via major transport hubs, ideal for corporate travelers. Second is target segment. You are more likely to succeed on GDS if your hotel target corporate travelers, of course, attract repeat business and longer stays, and work with TMCs and consortia. If you are not familiar with TMC, let me give you a quick explanation. A TMC is a travel management company, a specialized agency that handles corporate travel for businesses. They go beyond leisure bookings, helping companies organize, book, and optimize their travel programs. Examples include Amex GBT, American Express Global Business Travel, or BCD Travel, for example. As for consortia, think of it as a network of travel agencies that can help your hotel gain more visibility on the GDS. There are usually paid programs, and some examples include Internova, ABC, or even Virtuoso, but there is a lot of. Next, about hotel type. If you are an independent hotel, success on hotel comes with a few key factors: a strong branding and a B2B savvy team, business-oriented 3 to 5-star properties with consistent services, boutique hotels that combine unique charm with corporate friendly amenities. Also, it helps to have more than 30 rooms to ensure enough availability for GDS booking. Point 4 is about the operational and commercial readiness. To perform well, your hotel should take part in RFP season and offer competitive corporate rates, and provide last room availability or LRA condition and loyal perks for corporate guests. Number 5 is about GDS strategy and investment. Optimize your GDS content. This is critical. It's your hotel first impression for thousands of travel agents and bookers. If your content is outdated, incomplete, or generic, you are likely losing business without even knowing it. Another strategy is to consider investing in the GDS marketing campaign to increase visibility in agent search results. And finally, about the tech and distribution infrastructure, make sure your hotel is fully integrated with a CRS like GH. So your rate and availability sync in real time with the GDS. Using a system that lets you differentiate rate plans per channel, whether public, corporate, or consortia. I know this slide covers a lot of topics, but don't worry, we will be diving deeper into some of these points later on. So stay focused for now, and if you have any questions and comments, as Anna said, feel free to use the chat box and we will address them at the end. Thanks. And let's move to the next slide. So is the GDS the preferred channel for business traveler? I think you already know the answer. But if you are looking to attract high-value corporate guests, the GDS is the most powerful ally. It's not just a channel. It's a go-to platform for business traveler bookings. And if your hotel isn't on it, you are missing out on a key segment that value reliability, location, and flexibility over price. So here's why GDS is a preferred channel for business travelers and why it matters to your hotel. So first reason is it's the standard for TMCs and corporate travel agents. So TMC, or travel management companies, are the agencies that manage booking for large corporations. And they all use the GDS as the main tool to book hotels, flights, and more. If your hotel isn't on the GDS, these agencies and their clients simply can't see you. So what it means for your hotel: visibility with thousands of corporate agents who book high-value guests every day. Reason number 2, access to negotiated corporate rates. Large companies often have preferred hotel agreement with special rates, perks, and flexible cancellation terms. These negotiated rates are only available through the GDS. So what it means for your hotel: securing long-term corporate contracts and repeat bookings that are not available through OTAs or your direct website. Reason number 3, a centralized and efficient booking experience. Agents can book hotel, flight, car rental, all from one platform. It's fast, streamlined, and aligned with company policies. What it means for your hotel: fewer booking errors, faster confirmation, and smoother operation at check-in. Reason number 4, real-time availability and pricing. Unlike some OTA platform, the GDS display live rate and availability direct from your CRS or channel manager. So what it means for your hotel: fewer overbookings, accurate inventory, and more reliable bookings. Reason number 5, better reporting and traveler tracking, duty of care. Corporate travelers need to track their employees for safety and compliance. The GDS booking fit directly into this system. What it means for your hotel: preferred status with companies who prioritize safety and eligibility for their corporate programs. Reason number 6, GDS have higher ADRs. Why? Because they are made by corporate clients, government agencies, and TMC, who care more about convenience and policy compliance than price. What it means for your hotel: higher average daily rate, especially for last minute and peak period stays. And last reason, these bookings are less price sensitive. Business travelers follow corporate budget, not promotional discount. They care more about location, flexibility, and services. What it means for your hotel: stable, predictable revenue from a segment that book based on value, not just price. So is the GDS the preferred channel for business travel? Yes, and it should be a key part of your hotel distribution strategy. It gives you access to the most valuable segment in hospitality, corporate travelers. And with the right setup, it can help you increase revenue, reduce reliance on OTAs, and drive long-term business growth.
Thank you, Laurence. Thank you for all those tips. We will dive into a bit more details. I see some questions already, but I'm not going to answer it because we will cover that a little later on with Clémentine. So now let's dive in to a bit more concrete and real display of the weight of GDS really, and the importance to be on this channel if you are the right fit and the right target. Let's dive into some data insights. We have gathered some information from The Edge. So we gathered some information on GDS bookings and from some of our partners as well. And so let's see a bit of the trends. I'll let you go on.
Thank you, Anaïs. Let's talk about statistics then. Let's start with our own figures at The Edge. On this first chart, you can see the GDS volumes went up in 2024 compared to 2023. To make sense of this, just keep in mind that 2019, which was a very strong year for the GDS, is our baseline set at 100. So if you look at the line for 2023 and 2024, they are clearly above the 100 mark. And in 2025, this growth is going strong. The data only cover January to the end of April, but it shows a strong start and give us a positive outlook for the rest of the year. About the ADR, as we mentioned before, the average basket for a GDS booking is higher than on the OTA bookings. And this chart, it clearly confirms it. Why? Because agencies tend to choose higher price options to earn better commission. Just another great reason to work with the GDS. Here on the screen, you can see a graph from Cvent. So The Edge is a partner of the global company Cvent. We collaborate with them on their RFP tool, originally known as Lenion, which is a leading platform used by hotel and travel managers to manage corporate and consortia RFPs, requests for proposal. So we would like to thank the Seven team for sharing this very interesting graphic. It's not easy to read, but this is a recap of the 2025 RFP season. So in terms of total RFP invitation sent, the 2025 contract period is currently passing about 6% behind the 2024 contract period. This is partly because the number of programs released is about 4% behind globally, because a lot of corporation-led TMCs are swapped from one TMC to another, which delays the release of the program. It's also due to many corporations and TMC inviting fewer hotels to the program. But the number of RFP is still huge. So are you ready for the RFP season 2026? As a reminder, it will start from July 1st. Don't miss it.
Great, thank you. So just to come back on the Q&A, I have someone saying that they cannot hear us. So hopefully you all can hear us well. It's just a one-time thing, and hopefully the person that made this comment can hear us well now. So perfect, thank you. Let's not, but it would be a bit a shame if you cannot hear us because we are going to talk a lot now if we are not talking enough already. So let's now welcome Clémentine into the conversation, and we will now go over some key questions and really the most asked questions. So it's kind of the FAQ from our clients and from the experience that we have serving hoteliers on GDS, and we will go over the top questions that they have and the common pain points that they figure they get on GDS. And Laurence and Clémentine, with their GDS specialist and expert hat, will go over those now. So let's now go over this section. Just one more thing before I give the mic to Laurence and Clémentine. Make sure that you ask us your questions inside of the chat or in the Q&A. We have dedicated time to answer your questions at the end of the webinar. So feel free to type them in. Go ahead, ladies.
Thank you, Anaïs. As you know, Laurence, today I'm an hotelier and I have a few questions for you. I'm not sure this channel will be a plus for my hotel. So how can I know if my property is a good target for this solution?
Thanks, Clémentine, for this first question. So we already touched on this question a bit earlier, but I think it's important to dive a little deeper into it because it's something hoteliers often ask about. So we already mentioned that location is key. So of course, if your hotel is in a major city, you will naturally attract more business. It's even better if you are close to airport, business district, government offices, or convention center. And if your hotel is easily accessible through major transport hubs, that's ideal for corporate travelers. But that doesn't mean GDS only work for big city hotels. Even if you are located in a medium-sized or small city, you can still perform on GDS as long as there are corporations nearby. They are really the key, having a business demand base around you. Another point is availability. From what I've seen, to be visible and competitive on GDS, you need at least around 30 rooms. Why? Because if a travel agency search and your hotel doesn't appear, either because you are closed on certain date or there is no availability, you simply miss the opportunity. And I will finish with something that might surprise you. Maybe even a 5-star hotel in the countryside can get booking from the GDS, especially leisure bookings. That's because GDS also connect to agency like Virtuoso, Signature, or Ensemble Travel, network that specialize in luxury travel. They often look for unique, high-end properties for their customer, even in remote location. And if you are still have any doubt because your hotel is a bit specific or doesn't fit the typical profile, I would still recommend giving it a try, at least for 1 year. See what happens. If you don't get any booking, well, at least you've tried. But in many cases, hoteliers are actually surprised by the results.
Okay, thank you, Laurence. But you know, I'm still skeptical about GDS. It's very complex to understand because of opacity. I have no visibility, no idea of the content which is spread on the GDS. I don't know who are the bookers. How can you help me on this?
Thank you. Thank you. So it's true, GDS can feel a bit opaque, and that's often why it's seen as confusing or complex. But in reality, GDS isn't complex at all, as long as you are well supported by your GDS provider. A good provider will help you understand how your hotel appears to travel agent and make sure your content is properly displayed. So what's really important when it comes to GDS? First, your content. You need to provide up-to-date and rich content. And by content, I mean both text and visuals. That is why it's essential to have regular check-ins with your GDS provider to review and improve what travel agents actually see. An agency can search an hotel under some filter, for example, some amenities like air conditioning or free Wi-Fi. If you haven't have this information in your profile, your hotel just won't be part of the result. Second, your team, of course, they need to be trained on how to use the CRS, how to load rate, manage room, availability, and planning. We know that sometimes these operations aren't handled daily and mistakes can happen. But if your team knows the basic and the best practices for GDS, you are already in a good position to sell. So now, where things can get a bit tricky is when you need to connect an external GDS interface to your CRS. That's where technical issues like mapping or connectivity problem can show up. So my advice is to try to keep things as simple and streamlined as possible.
Okay, thank you, Laurence. My hotel is connected to the GDS, but the production is very low. How can I be sure that I'm correctly connected? And where can I check the rates and rooms connected?
So if you feel like your GDS production is too low, the first thing is to check whether you are following the key best practice. Start with the basics, so make sure your content is up to date. Agency rely on complete and accurate information to make a booking decision. Update your images. They should showcase all your services, not just your meeting room. Remember, GDS is not a group booking tool. Offer all your available room types, just like you do on the OTAs. Same goes for your rate. Are you offering the same as on the OTAs? Are you maintaining a rate parity? Don't forget the minimum 10% commission for agencies on public rate. That's a must. And make sure you've loaded the corporate public rate. It's one of the most searched rates by agencies. So if you work with DH, the good news is we give you the tools to check all of this easily. Your account manager can help you, of course, to do it. If you are with another provider, I suppose they offer something similar. But in any case, we can also perform a full GDS audit to review everything for you, even if you are not a GDS customer at DH. It's also crucial to analyze your performance regularly. So which agency are booking? Are your new negotiated rates being picked up? Which room time are performing best? All this helps you spot missed opportunity and improve your production. And once all the basics are covered, you can go further. Maybe join consortia program, maybe pay for a RFP license, or invest in GDS media or preferred placement. Just to recap quickly on consortia, we talked about this earlier, but it's a great way to boost your ranking within specific agency network. For example, you could join the GBT Amex program. It's a paid program, but it gives you a dedicated rate on the GDS, visible only to Amex agencies, and boost your ranking with them. A great opportunity to increase booking from that network.
Okay, thank you, Laurence. My biggest struggle is to develop the corporate bookings. I'm in the private rates with specific corporates, and how can you help me?
Sorry, I have some issue with my internet. No, I think it's good. No, you can hear me well?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what happened with
Do you
Google.
need me to repeat the question, maybe, Laurence?
Yes, maybe it's a good point. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Clémentine.
Okay, so my biggest struggle is to develop the corporate bookings, the private rates with a specific corporates. So how can you help me, Laurence?
Yeah, okay, yeah, thank you. So by now, I'm sure it's clear. So 85 to 90% of GDS booking come from corporate travel. In other words, most of the GDS booking are made by agency on behalf of corporation. What does that mean for you? So even if you haven't had time to actively prospect companies, you are probably already getting corporate bookings through the GDS. So here, what you can do. So first check who made the booking. If it's Amex, Carlson Wagonlit, BCD Travel, that's a TMC. Again, a travel management company. That means it's a corporate booking. Cross-check the booking detail. One adult saying during the week, that's another strong indicator. It's for business travel. Our tip, use the checking in moment to your advantage. Ask the guest, which company do you work for? And then once you have the reply, enter the information into your PMS. Why? Because by the end of the year, you will be able to pull a report and see how many bookings came from each corporation, even if there was no negotiated rate in place. It's easy, low effort way to build your corporate database straight from the GDS, and it's free. Once you have identified the corporation behind the booking, you've got a real opportunity. You can reach out to the company and say, this year you already booked X room night at our hotel. It's a solid proof that your property is relevant to them, and it opens the door to something bigger. The goal, signing a corporate agreement. That gives you the chance to become a preferred hotel, which means better visibility and top placement in search result for all agency booking that negotiated rate. Just a quick reminder, for public rates, there is usually a standard 10% commission that goes to the agency. But when we are talking about a corporate negotiated rate, that commission doesn't apply. It is removed. So no commission to pay to the agency. And maybe there is something really important I would like to highlight here, based on what we often hear when speaking with hotels. Some hotels do have agreement with corporation, but choose not to load the negotiated rate on the GDS. They often say something like, why should I? They just call me or email me when they need a room. So now I totally get that you want to avoid paying GDS commission and prefer selling directly. But here is the thing. If your negotiated rate aren't loaded on the GDS, your hotel simply won't show in the booking tool used by the agency working with that corporation. So today, maybe you are dealing with just one agency, but large corporations usually work with multiple travel agencies, often across different regions or countries. So if you are not on the GDS, your hotel becomes invisible to all other agencies. and that means miss booking a lot of lost revenue. Plus, when you manage booking manually by phone or email, you are adding an extra administrative work. It's a time-consuming and it limits the number of bookings you can handle efficiently. And there is another critical aspect, security. Security. It's in case of an emergency at the hotel as a travel destination, corporations need to know exactly where the employees are at any given time. If bookings are made via email, that information gets scattered or lost. But with GDS, everything is centralized and accessible in the agency booking tool. And finally, don't forget about expense report. Using the GDS streamlines that process too, which is a big plus for corporate travelers. Wow, it's a lot to say on that question, and it's not finished. I will continue quickly because I think it's important. Just a quick heads up, you should definitely start preparing now for the 2026 season. That means paying the annual license fee for RFP platform like Cvent. It's essential to give your hotel visibility, receive RFPs, and respond to the ones that make sense for your business. The next RFP season kick off on July 1st, 2025. So now it's time to get ready. The process gives you the chance to secure new corporate contracts and have your negotiated rate ready to go live from January 1st, 2026. And as we saw earlier in the slides, the volume of RFPs sent every year is massive, and it's not something you want to miss out on. Your GDS provider can support you by sharing data specific to your destination, helping you identify opportunity and be more strategic. I think I have said everything. Sorry for this long monologue. Any other question, Clémentine?
Thank you, Laurence. So many precious informations. But Laurence, you have to admit one thing, that GDS is very expensive, and I don't understand why it is so expensive.
I'm sure you have understood that GDS is not just another distribution channel. It's a strategic one. It doesn't compete with OTAs, it complements them. So if you are not on the GDS, you are simply invisible to travel agencies. That means you are missing out on corporate booking made through their booking tool. So now, yes, some hoteliers feel the GDS can be costly. And it's true. It's true. There are 3 fees to consider. A 10% commission for the agency, a commission for the GDS provider, and a feedback to the GDS itself, like Sabre, for example. But here is the things. The real power of the GDS lies in negotiated corporate rate. The goal isn't to have agency book your public commissionable rate. It's to steer them towards your negotiated commissioner-free rates. That's how you protect your margin and secure high-value, repeat business, all while reducing the cost of acquisition. So to sum up, GDS isn't expensive when used with negotiated rate. It's a smart way to attract high-value booking while protecting your margin.
Okay, I get it. I have a very last question. It's about Onyx. I often receive some emails from them about commissions from agencies to pay. How can I be sure I will pay commission only once?
Yeah, good point. It's true that we often have this question. But before I reply, I want to be sure that everyone knows Onyx. So just to explain quickly, Onyx is a platform that helps hotels manage commission payment to travel agencies, especially those coming from the GDS. Instead of handling payment manually or risking delays, Onyx automates the process, making sure agencies are paid correctly and on time. Onyx sends a lot of reminders for hotels until commissions are paid. But sometimes they even send reminders after the commission has already been paid. And that creates extra work because hotels then have to double check each booking, confirm the payment status, and sort out any duplicates. In fact, we have seen cases where commission get paid twice by mistake. So it's clear managing all of this takes time, and we know hoteliers don't have much time to spare. That's why it's a good idea to either work directly with Onyx to access their platform and centralize everything, or better yet, let your GDS provider, like GH, for example, handle the full process for you. We manage commission tracking and payment on hotel behalf. So you can stay focused on your guests and your revenue. Less administrative work and a better welcome for your customer.
Thank you, Laurence.
Any more questions?
No, I don't think so, but we have quite a few questions from the audience. But just before going out to those, I wanted to get some concluding thoughts for our audience. So first thing that we can really, from what I get from what you said, Clémentine and Laurence, is that hotels should follow the performance and analyze bookings. Make sure that your rates and rooms are well set up and mapped to the GDS. So mapping is key here. Content is also key, so make sure to keep it up to date. And of course, choosing the right provider to centralize everything in one place and work with you and to get the most out of your GDS strategy. So let's take now your questions and stop presenting that. There we go. So first things first, I will get the questions as in chronological order. So first question that we got, how can we see our content to make sure it is all updated and optimized? And I think a few people had this question. So how can we see the content and actually make sure that it is updated?
Yeah, it's an important question because it's a basic thing to check. So it's true that hotelier doesn't have access to the GDS because it's only for agencies. So it's a B2B channel only accessible by agencies. So hotelier can't see like he do every day on the booking.com or OTAs. So for GDS it's opaque. So that's why you need to be connected to a provider which can give you the possibility to show how your hotel looks like on the GDS. So first thing is to have a meeting with your GDS provider and to see exactly how the screen of the GDS look like, and the possibility for the GDS provider to extract the data for your hotel and then send you back for you to check. There is a website. The name is travelweekly.com. So this website is not will not centralize your GDS content, but at least you will see your hotel and you will see your images. Normally the images are the one who are displayed on GDS, not the text, but the images at least.
So Travel Weekly.
Travel Weekly.
Good to be noted. And also, you can go back to your GDS provider. If it is the Edge, then we'll be more than happy to work with your account manager to give you a bit of clarity and visibility on that. So let's now go over to the next question. So from what you said about the right hotel that can benefit from GDS, if the hotel is far from the airport, still will the RFP will work for the hotel if it's shortly after?
Yeah, this is a good question. So what again, the GDS provider is here to help in general, because in general the GDS provider has the partnership with Cvent or other RFP solution, and then thanks to Cvent we can get the information about the location where the hotel is and the number of RFP sent. So we can provide advice according to the exact destination, but it is thanks to our partner Cvent, because they know exactly the number of RFP sent to this destination. So this is something your GDS provider should be able, or Cvent directly. I don't know how you work, but this is something you can do.
Now we have a question about an audit. And maybe this is maybe one of our clients, I'm not sure. But we did a GDS audit report 5 months ago. We scored 43% out of 100. I updated as much as I can, but no changes were made on the second audit I did. 43% again on the second audit. Can you please help me to update and achieve 100%? So
for this question.
maybe this is something you can shoot maybe your questions to GDS at dh.com, and Laurence or Clémentine can have a look at what's going on. No?
Yeah, this is a very specific question because it's very specific to your hotel and a specific audit. So there is no global answer. So what I suggest is exactly what Anaïd said. You can send us an email. We have a dedicated email, which is gds@dht-edge.com, and we will centralize the question. And so in case you have any question about GDS audit, I know you can improve. We need to go deeper. You can share with us the 2 audits we sent to you, and we can help you to improve it. So thank you for that question.
I will put the name, the exact
Yes.
email in the chat box for everyone. If anyone else is interested to continue to follow the conversation with Laurence and Clémentine, feel free to send us an email there.
Thank you, Anaïd.
So let's take the next question. Next question is about ideal commission. So what percentage is ideal to agency commission?
Yeah. The ideal on public rate, it's 10%. This is a basic thing. It can depend on the market. Some cities are less attractive for less corporate. So 8% can be enough, but the standard one is 10. And if you are in a very corporate city, you can even put 12 or 15% just for a dedicated period. So this, if you want to improve a specific period for your hotel on the GDS.
Yes, coming back onto the on commission, I have another question from one of our clients actually, Cindy Danet. How can I update the commission percentage? I have some rates with 0% commission and they use the edge. So what should they do in this case?
I have some way with if you have the commission is part of the rate settings. So if you don't know how you can add your commission, you should send an email to your dedicated account manager, and we or to the gds@dh.com email, and we will reply to you. It's very easy. It's a one field to complete. It's part of the DH There is a rate setting, and then you can just add a commission assigned to your rates.
Yes,
Very
so
easy process.
yeah, so feel free really reach out to your account manager, and if you don't know who your account manager is, yes, send us an email at gds@dh.com, or you can check on your extranet. There should be a mention of who it is, and you should have their contact. Another question about RFP programs. So participating to RFPs requires completing forms, paying a participation fee, and loading a dedicated rep plan. Other connectivity providers, other than DH, are offering access to TMCs without all of the above. They rely on higher commissions. For small hotels with small teams, this could be a great solution. Do you think that DH could offer something similar?
Okay, I try to understand the question. So, so when you work with RFPs, that means you sign an agreement with Amex for Sanofi company. So you sign virtual agreement with corporation RFPs for that. Okay, so which means when Sanofi accept what you offer them on the RFP process, then when it's accepted, you can load the rate on the GDS. I try to read
The
again.
idea is without for hotels that have small teams and that cannot have the human power to complete all the forms, pay and do all of the RFP process. What can be done for them to
But you can
have
work
that?
with directly with TMC. As I said before, we can work with Amex, BCD Travel, ABC. These agency network are corporate, are TMC travel management company. And I saw in the question or the comment that they rely on higher commission. in general, what they want, it's contractually speaking, it's a 10% commission. It's a standard one. They don't, you don't need to put 12 or more higher commission for
And
TMCs.
yeah, and I think if you have a smaller team, I think we have actually a partnership as well with Smarty Hotels,
Yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong, that can manage all of the RFP process with you. So we have a partnership with the management with company
exactly.
with an external partner that can help you be on several programs. There's a list of those. So if you want to know which one they are, you can contact us at gds@dh.com. And also be on the lookout. We will be sending, actually each year what we do is we send a global guide, the consortia RFP guide, by the end of the summer, just in time for September. So we will do that this year as well, and we'll do a quick update on that, and be on the lookout for that. So if you are not part of our mailing list, feel free to go on our DH website and just subscribe so that you get this guide as well. So let's see. Yes, so the last question that we had actually was one about the how we can see the hotel in GDS, the whole content in the GDS, and we have another side of the question that how and what are the steps to load the negotiated rates in the of the TMCs in the GDS?
Yeah, so I can explain how we work with DH, but maybe it's similar with the other GDS provider. So when you sign with Sanofi, then Sanofi will send you what we name the rate loading instruction, or RLI, rate loading instruction. It's a document which we centralize all the dedicated code for this corporation. So your responsibility as an hotel is just to load the rate on GDS in the CRS of DH. And the rate loading instruction, you don't care about this. You just forward this document to the client support at DH, and DH will manage all the code for your hotel and map the rate for the corporation. So very easy process.
Great. Thank you. We don't have any more questions, so I think we can close the session now. So thank you so much for everyone for tuning in, for your comments, questions, and your inputs. Feel free to just copy paste the email I shared in the chat room, so gds@th.com, if you want to follow the conversation there. We hope you enjoyed this session. Before signing off, there will be a quick survey popping on the screen. Once we log off, we would appreciate if you could take 1 minute to just answer and give us your feedback on this session. And stay tuned for our next webinars on our socials. And we wish you a great end of the day if you're in Asia Pacific, and a good start of the day if you're in Europe. And see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.